Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys.
Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap we just love to talk about on Bravo. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today, paging Dr. Karam. Sorry, Dr. Rondell. Paging Dr. Rondell. It's Ronnie Karam.
Well, hello. And Quad.
And Quad. No, it's Antoya.
Quad.
That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Antoya.
Dr. Jackie. Dr. Simone. Dr. Heavenly.
Quad.
Dr. Contessa. Toya. Always hilarious. How's it going, Ronnie? What's going on? What's new?
Everything's great. You know what? Just coming back from the break, feeling great, digesting, ready for Monday. You know, it's an onslaught of Bravo shows this week. So I'm just like, you know what? Just sit in your chair and just relax and enjoy yourself with your friend, honey, because there's going to be a lot of shows coming down the pike this week.
Yep, this is where all of the promotion and marketing from BravoCon pays off for Bravo, because now all the shows are launching. Thanksgiving's done. Time for new shows to start. So here we are with Married to Medicine. Just a reminder, in case you hear this in time, that we have Crappy Hour tonight. We also have an Amazon Live. Join us. Crappy Hour is at 5:30 on the West Coast, and Amazon Live is at 4 o'clock on the West Coast. It's back-to-back live action. Join us on Patreon, where you can watch us with Crappens on demand, bonus episodes, all that great stuff. Patreon.com/watchwhatcrappens. Get the full experience, guys. So that's the big news around these parts. Married to Medicine, you know, we were so fortunate. We were very fortunate that we got to speak to Miss Quad at BravoCon. Speaking of which, she was just lovely and beautiful. And that was great. I don't think we'd ever met Quad before, right? Is that our first time encountering Quad?
Yeah, that's our first time meeting Quad.
Yeah, loved her.
She was so nice, just as beautiful and charismatic in person.
Yes,
truly.
We did see Contessa. I saw Contessa. I didn't talk to her, Contessa, but I saw her from like at the famed moment when we were standing at that entrance forever. Contessa came out, and Toya also came out. So we definitely had our Married to Medicine, brushes at BravoCon, which was a delight. But yeah, it's fun to kind of revisit this show that we covered all the way since the beginning, and we took off the last few seasons. But we're back. We're back with Married to Medicine.
Yeah, we are back. I don't know. We have to see how many of you listen to it and all that good stuff, like how long we're going to recap it. I hope I hope everybody listens. We stopped recapping because really no one was listening to this podcast.
Our numbers are really low on our Married to Medicine.
But this tends to come out when Bravo just gives us an onslaught of shows. And right now, that's what they're doing. I mean, they've got Beverly Hills coming back, Vanderpump Rules coming back, Southern Charm is back. Everything is on right now. So if it gets to be too much, we will leave it probably up to a vote, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Like, December is also tough for us because we usually have pretty bad bandwidth issues. Everything gets kind of compressed into a 2.5 week period, and then we do all sorts of other stuff, and there's events. It's crazy. So we're gonna try our best, but for right now, let's just stay in the present. Every moment.
Yeah, let's just stay in the present, guys. Yeah, I just don't want to promise things and then take it away. You know what I mean? But here we are. We will keep watching it as we always have. We've never stopped watching it. That's for sure. And
we even did Married
to Medicine.
I was gonna say we even did Married to Medicine in Los Angeles and Houston. So we've watched. We liked Houston, actually.
Yeah, Los Angeles was a chore, but Houston was really good. I actually wish Houston came back.
Houston was really good, actually. Houston, I feel like we forgot about that, but Houston was really good.
Houston deserves another chance for sure.
Yeah, that was great. Okay, well, here we are. One of my challenges from the past few seasons of Married to Medicine is that it kind of hits the same beats every single year, and admittedly, all these Bravo shows do. But really, Married to Medicine, it always starts with Simone and Quad being mad at each other. And it always ends with Simone and Cecil taking everyone to the Caribbean for unlicensed couples therapy. It's always the same thing. And in the middle, Jackie maybe has like a party with vibrators. And then they have some sort of dinner where we've got to heal this sisterhood that never has been healed in over a decade. The lemon squeeze has been squeezing. So there was part of me that was like,
That's pretty
oh,
funny.
again. But I don't know. For this time, I was kind of like ready to it's like, I was like, let's just dive into it. Rather than complain about it always being the same, embrace it for being a ritual.
Well, this time they actually did add some stuff to it. Like we've got, 2 newbies technically, but 3 because Mimi was new last year.
Yeah.
But she didn't do that much. She didn't have that big of a part. And this year they kept her and then they added another couple of newbies. So I think that that'll kind of freshen it up too. And I always love the season when it always also starts with Toya pretending she's the mature one in the group. And like, oh my God, why can't everybody just stop fighting all the time? Like everybody just need to get along. And then, by the end of the first one, she's fighting and getting messy with. I just love it. And also the classic of Toya opening with a new house. I mean, every season, the Toya moves.
Every season. I actually thought this premiere was great. I thought this was one of the strongest premieres they've actually ever had. I really loved it. I was really in it. I think I was refreshed that the entire cast seemed as exhausted as I was between the Simone and Quad rivalry. It's gone on for so long, and they have these fake moments of healing. They literally kicked Quad off the show, and like she still came back. And it's just kind of funny because they do these things to make it seem like, oh, we're just going to move past this situation. And the way we're moving past it is we're just going to banish Quad from the show. She's moving on. The show is moving on. It's like, no, she's back. It's always in the same place. And everyone just seems exhausted by it, which I thought was funny. The only thing that I really was sad about is that we got no Heavenly, which was surprising. But, it seems like Heavenly is, dealing with stuff. And maybe almost the producers were like, we've got so many new people on. Let's let them breathe a little bit because we know if Heavenly's on there, they won't be able to get a word in edgewise.
Well, I think she's just staying away because of the Sun stuff. But Heavenly is, I believe, a friend of this year. Yeah. Really? So she's going to be just kind of in the background all season. But it looks like she's in the previews a lot.
But isn't she in the opening credits?
What are you getting what's her
Tom Colicchio? I'm getting a little Tom
We just said her name, Toya. Toya's doing a thing this season, which I don't remember her doing every season, where she's doing a squeak at the beginning of sentences. That's new, right? But it's really funny. She'll be like, nah! Yeah, you guys being messy. I'm like, what is this squeak? And it's consistent. It's like every other, paragraph, she'll start with a squeak.
You may be right. I'm looking at I think you may be right. I'm looking at the cast photo of Married to Medicine. Married. I just became a New Yorker. On Bravo. And it looks like we've got Contessa and Simone, Jackie, Quad. Toya's standing there. Everyone's doing a pose and Toya's just standing there like straight forward at the camera. Like, is that how I look at the camera? And
I'm the center hot reader, right? What do you call those? Stethoscope. I'm the center stethoscope, right?
And then you have, is this what's her face?
Well, you should have did.
Steve Sanders what's her name? Well, you should have did. What's her name again? Why am I blanking on her name?
Mimi?
Mimi. Yes.
It's Mimi, right? Mimi.
Wow,
okay,
I can't believe that. Heavenly is down.
Backseating it this season. She's taking a backseat. So, which I guess is probably not something to say because I think her son is accused of like trying to run over a cop or something, or like driving his car towards a cop. I was trying to figure it out today. That's all I got. So here we go. We start as we always do with Simone with Patience, and they're talking about the woman going through menopause, and the wife is like, oh my God, the menopause is torturing my poor husband. And she's like, is the torture recent or has it been the entire marriage?
He's like, it's recent. She goes, it's recent. Look at him complimenting you. So then
we are in sisterhood. And that's the other thing. I was so glad to hear the word sisterhood 900 times because the only show that has eclipsed Married to Medicine in all these years is The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives in saying sisterhood.
Yes. I know.
This show, I
Heather
think
Gay's
this
making
show
a run for it. Heather Gay's doing it too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So anyway, then we go over to Toya.
Yeah, and Toya's teaching her son to drive, which is crazy because it's just, these children grow up. Soon Ashton will be having an entire season dedicated to him leaving for college, which is the tradition on Bravo. God, the worst thing that happens is when these kids turn 18 and we have to sit through an entire season of watching them go off to college very slowly. So anyway,
a lot of kids these days want to have such a heavy foot. Why you got to drive so fast? And he's like, you drive 100 miles per hour, mother. And she goes, nah. And he goes, I've taken a photo of it. It's in my camera roll.
She's like, what? Then Contessa comes home and is hanging out in the kitchen. I have to get something off my chest that I feel like I've never said in all these years of Contessa being on the show. I hate her kitchen island. I've always hated her kitchen island with that big swoop in it. I don't know why. It drives me nuts. Every single year, I'm like, please fix that kitchen island. I know it's like...
You're more of a standard rectangle kind of a guy.
I want a standard rectangle, and she has that big swoop. I just can't stand it. I don't know why. And when I saw her sitting at that swoop, I was like, I've had it. I have to say something. I cannot live like this any longer. People need to know how I feel about her kitchen island. I do not like it.
Yeah, Contessa was doing that whole thing with Scott where, they're like, our marriage sucks for a couple of years. And then they just got so, I think, bogged down in that. And now they're just like, we have the happiest marriage of anybody on Bravo.
I know.
Which I don't know that I really buy. But I prefer the fakery to whatever that was because I didn't like that. I did not like it. I think Contessa is perfect in the role that she's playing today, where she's kind of the commentator. She commentates on everybody else's thing, and she's kind of the voice of reason. That's how I like my Contessa. Like, those are the doses of Contessa I like on this show.
Yeah. But to be fair, I don't know any marriage that could survive that sort of kitchen island. I mean, it's like, you're just not gonna survive it. And also, let's never forget his little. Remember what I used to hate on his movie room? How he had the little like slate that said like Scott's movie room or something. I hated that.
Yeah, he had a slate. Didn't he have like popcorn cutouts too, like a real movie theater? He had like a cutout of Nicole Kidman, like, "Thank you for being at the movies."
We come to the movies to watch YouTube videos of Heavenly calling out the ladies.
Yeah.
So yeah. So she's at
and then we go over to Miss Quad, and she's like, my party last night was epic, baby, honey. I love seeing Quad back. I love her. So she's like, classic of the doll, Miss Quad style. Classic of the doll, Miss Quad style. We need to just collect all the Quad lines from over the years. Miss Jill the Daffodil has a baby.
I think they should bring Jill back. She was a special kind of crazy. So she's like, 44 has never looked as good on anyone else, honey. And Quad is there with King, and he's like, I'm making a little bit more of that truth serum from last night. He kind of talks like Craig, if you think about it. He sort of has that like nasal mumble. And she's like, oh, you're making a mocktail? He's like, yeah, mocktail's got you feeling nice, right? She's like, yeah, I'm always nice when I'm around you. That's because I feel nice, King.
And so then she grabs his wiener, and he's like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, wait a minute now. I thought I felt something. So she's talking about how since New York, the reunion, everything's been going really well. And they're very happy, and they're not living together yet, and they do not have a solution. Although Quad does have another try at a solution for these ladies always hating on her. She's tried this before, and she's going to try it again, and that is her own group of girlfriends that she will film with. So nobody can ever try and leave her out of scenes. And that's what she's doing today. She's having a pool party with all her girls.
Yeah. But this time, the new group of friends is actually on the show, as opposed to having a rival show on, I forget what network that was on, that Sister Circle was on.
Sister Circle.
Right. She was on that. Sister Circle was that TV show she was on. She was a co-host, which was great. But then they all got jealous of her. And she also was kind of like, oh, I'm now on, I'm a co-host of a show, so I don't need to like show up to Married to Medicine. And they had a whole issue. They actually filmed they actually flashback many times the big fight they had, the big Sister Circle fight that they had from a few years ago, which was nice to remember that. So anyway, now we have Angel, and Angel is the nurse, right? She's like the hot nurse. I think she's the hot nurse, right?
Yeah. And so Quad says Angel's her good friend. They've been friends for many years. Yes, honey. And she's beautiful, and she's smart, and she's degreed up. Baby's got about 3 degrees. And she's a very successful nurse, a true hustler. And Quad is here for all of it. All of it. All of it.
Yes. And Angel's like, hey, so who showed up, Quad? Who showed up to the party? She's like, well, all the girls came. She goes, well, and King's like, except for ... Well, except for Simone and Cecil. They didn't even come to my party that I only invited them to 2 hours before.
So then we go over to Simone and Jackie, who are doing their, customary, or their, their customary lunch. Except today it's not on the little park bench outside the office. Today it's in some kind of cafeteria. I was like, the show's budget is amazing this year. They bumped the budget.
I did not appreciate watching them have lunch not at a outdoor table that had like a great top that food falls through and lands on your knees, because that we all have been there, right? Where you think you're safe because your legs are under the table, but you're at an outdoor picnic table that's actually a graded surface, and
I
everything
hate
falls through,
that. A
and
graded
then all of a sudden you have
surface.
ketchup all over your knees. Ugh.
Yeah, so annoying. Yeah, they just got sick of paying people to wipe off the table, so they just made them all grates.
Yeah. They're like, okay, fine. So we're going to go into a cafeteria. So Jackie is like, Simone's like, where have you been? And Jackie's like, well, I've been doing mostly meetings today. How's your day been? Well, you look adorable. Okay, well, I've been on calls tonight because hold on 1 second. I've got a phone call. So she's doing like doctor talk on the phone, and Jackie keeps trying to butt in with advice, which is funny.
She's like, send a CMP LDA uric acid just to make sure we are on top of the sisterhood. And Jackie's like, how many weeks? How many weeks are you? She's 31 weeks, right? I got somebody being nosy. Another OBGYN need to mind her business. Well, tell her she's a very smart friend. Tell her she sounds fat from here. She should work on that.
So what was the name of her fitness thing again? Why am I blanking on it? It's like...
What was it? It's like, cool. Can't.
It's like, so fat you can't show your face in public. Something like that.
Hold on, I have to look it up because we can't go without knowing that. Dr. Jackie's weight loss program was called...
It's like put the fit in it, putting the it in fit or something like that, or the new fit, or the fit.
Oh
fit
God,
is the new it.
Okay.
Fit is the new it.
Is the new it.
Look, we even made the A lose some weight. We turned the A into an I.
So now they talk about Quad, and Simone's like, well, when I left New York, I was very disappointed in my behavior. But playing the victim frustrates me so badly. And if you come over here, either you play nice or you probably shouldn't come to my playground.
I think that was her way of saying, like, this is my show. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like, you act like it's not like you act like you moved on, like you're more famous in the show, and then you come back when then you want to come groveling back. But like, this is my show. So if you want to play on my show, like you gotta play by the rules. So Jackie is like, she's basically like, well, Quad and Simone, neither of them are willing to forget the past. The anger has become like concrete now. And, trying to crack concrete, I need a jackhammer. I could also squeeze a lemon to try to help, but probably need a jackhammer. Let's get a jackhammer in here.
So meanwhile, Quad is telling her girls, she's like, here's the thing. Simone is still harboring some things when it comes to me. She pops up on YouTube channel and wonders who's going to help pay off my house. She wonders who's going to help me pay my mortgage in the house that I live in. It was just random.
And then I was listening to the radio and even Bono weighed in, asking who's going to ride your wild horses. I'm like, why are you so concerned about my wild horses, Bono?
I just get sick of the up and down of the roller coaster to the point where, especially me, I'm a Taurus. And once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. It's just like I've never known you. And King's like, so you're sick of it? Well, guess what? We're all sick of watching it.
I was like, thank you, King. Thank you for finally speaking my mind. And
I also love that King watches Married to Medicine.
I know. We're really bored of it. So Quad is like, if she's stuck in that space, that's just her. And King is like, man, So Angel is like, I wouldn't invite her to my birthday party either if she's bringing that type of energy. So I get it. I guess I understand. What I'm trying to say is, can I be on this TV show? I'll totally take up all your fights.
So Quad's like, whoa, watch this. Here's a Kiki. I'm going to give y'all this Kiki. Because we have a group text. And everybody, girls were texting me and they said, happy birthday, Quad, which meant so much to me. And then Simone comes in and says, happy birthday to you, Quad. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And I was like, ooh, burn. So then we go to Simone's side, and Simone says, Simone, it's good to hear from you. It's been a while. A good birthday gift from you is to help me pay off my mortgage.
Now, that's petty of Quad, but it could also be kind of like okay, I heard what you said. I'm making a joke about it. I'm clocking that I heard what you said, but I'm also kind of making a joke about it. So like Simone could have just been like, ha 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 ha, that's true, or whatever. But then Simone's like, did she really think that 2 hours before her birthday party that I'm gonna get in my closet, try to find something to wear, put on a butt pad and fucking come to her party? Hell to the no. Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, yes, 2 hour invitation. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I forgot about that part of the shade.
Yeah, so Quad tells them that she invited Simone to the party. And they're like, that was so nice of you, Quad, to do that. And the producer asked Jackie when she got the invite. And she's like, that is a messy old question. I'm sworn by HIPAA not to reveal anything that Quad tells me in secret. 2 weeks before the party.
So Jackie's like, did you think about the part where you said, who's going to help Quad pay for her mortgage? Remember when you said that? And Simone's like, I thought about that part, but when she was on an interview, it asked who she would choose in her group for the traders. And she said, Simone, how is it that you can mention my name and assume that I'm never gonna mention your name in a theoretical article about who would be cast on the traders?
But also, doesn't everybody want to be cast on the traders? It was kind of a compliment. I think that's like the big show everybody on Bravo is trying to get on. So, you know.
It's also just so funny how they all track every stupid interview that all their cast members do. They are tracking everything. It's like, Simone, you should, like, can't you spend your time down in your Cecil's sad basement bar having a cocktail instead? Like, come on. This is like too much.
If you drag me, I'm going to drag you. NASCAR should have hired me.
Then Jackie goes, like, could have been better. Do you have any work? Can you do some prop work maybe with some pumpernickel bread? Okay, fine.
I actually just did a jackhammer joke that went over very well. So I would suggest just redoing that one. Take 2.
Okay, if you want me to do some pumpernickel prop work, I will do it. She doesn't realize that there's so much shit in this bag. And she holds up like a little baguette bag. She's like, there's so much shit in this bag that I could say about her, that I heard about her, shit I witnessed with her, that if she continues to fuck with me, I could empty the bag on her. So shut the fuck up. And then she pours out the bag and a little loaf of pumpernickel falls out. You know, Jackie was like, oh, more carbs.
Bread.
That's horrifying.
The ultimate weapon. Carbs.
That is not the new It.
That's so right. Funny. When she just did that, she's like, you want to fuck with me? Plunk. It's like this little seeded bread drops out.
Like a little side from like Panera or something. And they do a close up on it like, dun, dun, dun. It's a seeded pumpernickel loaf.
So now Eugene is coming home and Toya's cleaning. And he's like, don't I get a hug? I've been gone for 5 days. And she's like, so she's like, okay, everybody, the Harrises have moved again. But Eugene loves the new Harris move. He loves it.
He's like, I love the house. And Toya, you did an excellent job. Yeah, well, people thought I was going to be renting forever. But no. The house is definitely a custom build. Everything is designed. Everything's from the type of wood and the staining and the design of the cabinets to the walls to the closet. It's like, Jesus, when you walk in that room, it's beautiful. And then Eugene's like, please don't blaspheme this house with Jesus. It's not blasphemy. What person hasn't walked in the room and not been like, ooh, and smile? That's what you do with Jesus, right? He's like, no, just, oh God, we're already starting off the season with me cringing.
And we see the closet, and it is amazing. It has like a big, what do you call those? Cherry blossom tree in there.
I don't like
In
that.
the middle of the closet. I mean,
need
I
a
don't,
cherry blossom in the in my
maybe like
closet.
an island. I like that where you can like fold clothes on it and stuff like
yeah.
that. I don't know what you do with the tree, but it's very pretty.
It's a nice house, but it's sort of funny because then we see Toya in the kitchen, and like right after she's talking about how beautiful and luxurious the house is, we see her slam a cabinet closed. She's like, bang. And like the way it just sort of like bounces off, it's kind of like cheap cabinetry. And it's also like, I kind of feel like if you're having like a fancy house, you have those doors that don't slam. They just sort of like, you can slam them, but they'll sort of slowly close. But she's just like, oh, boom, and it just bounces back and forth. I was like, okay, well, it's another Toya house.
Yeah, and our friend Lorianne calls Toya income destroyer because Toya's always moving and spending so much money. And I think that nickname is so funny, especially when we see that just like Toya gets a new house every year, Eugene has new jobs every year. So
He
now
has
we
to.
find out. Yeah, exactly. Because Toria's spending that money. So Toria's like, how was work? Which one were you at? The one 5 hours away or the one 2.5 hours away? And he's like, this wasn't so bad. It was just 2.5 hours away. And she's like, Avery, that trash needs to go out. Put that bag inside that bag. And then you carry that bag. Now I got to teach people how to do the trash because their daddy is 5 hours away. Now what happened? He's like, I've run out of places to apply here. I have 2 jobs in other states. Okay, get off my ass.
He's like, I'm doing this job because it earns me a lot more money. He's like, how do you think this house pays for itself? This poor guy has to now go remote to a distant location in Georgia just to be able to afford their lifestyle. So he's like, it's just, I have to get a hotel room. It's like,
Yeah, it's like he could have a whole other family if he wanted to, because he would have equal time with both.
he's like, yeah, but I don't think I would make enough money to have 2 families. I couldn't do it.
So he's like, okay, well, it's not like I'm an absentee father. I'm not on the West Coast. I'm still in Georgia. I mean, it was 2.5 hours. And she's like, you're not here. You don't spend nights here. So you're gone for 5 days at a time. So guys, do you feel a difference in now that your dad is not really? Let me teach you something early about women. We don't want you to answer before we finish the question.
And while
Okay,
she's saying that,
finish.
Eugene goes, I was about to say the same thing. She talks right over her.
So she's like, okay, do you see any difference now that your dad's gone? He's like, not really.
No.
They start laughing because it just answers in the exact same tone.
She's trying to paint a picture like the family's falling apart. The kids are, they're sad. They're missing their dad. The kids are like, no, it's fine. We're happy.
And she's like, I feel like a military wife. Well, so does Eugene. Feels like he's in the military. He's got PTSD from being married to you.
So many houses. Okay, so now we go over to contestant Scott. And Scott's like, hey, how's it going? How come you didn't let me know you were here? Hi, Contessa, love of my life. We've never had any problems. And she's like, well, I'm just trying to get this work done, so it could be finished. So she's like, oh God, you live the life of Riley, because he's watching a basketball game. She's like, I'm going to get you 17 more jobs. I'm just going to apply like as you. Okay, that's a lot. So they basically are working a lot because they bought a building. And they are still renovating this building because this was like 2 seasons ago that they got the building, right? Like it's been a moment since they got a whole medical ass facility, and they're putting all this money into this building. And I'm just like, why did you guys buy a building? Why did you buy an unrenovated building? This was not smart.
Yeah, and she says they paid in cash, so they had to cash out everything, all their 401ks, IRAs, all the bonds, and then they went on Below Deck Med and left or Below Deck something and left like the lowest tip of all time.
Now we understand why.
Yeah, exactly. Now we know why you skimped on that tip.
Yeah.
So he brings her a package and he's like, someone just did a drop and dash. I thought you were ordering more artificial turf. We are killing it this season, aren't we, honey? But it's an invitation on turf, which is odd. I don't think we've seen that yet.
was-
We've seen a lot of odd invitations. I have not ever seen one on a sample Home Depot turf.
This was weird. So the invitation's from the Sanders, and it's like, you are invited to the Sanders Polo Classic. Join us for a day on the green where divots get stomped and the champagne's pristine. Pristine rhymes with green. See what we're doing there? Oh, we ran out of turf to write on. Just the details on the back. So So Quad gets it, and I love that Quad is like reading it. She reads it, and she goes, because it says, wear your finest and let's toast with a clink to the horses, polo, and friendships in the sink. And she's like, okay, little Dr. Seuss, okay, let's see. This. And she goes, wow, this is nice. So she calls up Mimi, and she's like, so I see that people were down to Home Depot. Wow, they did a nasty do-it-yourself project.
It's like, it's a grass wall, okay? She goes, well, it's not on the wall. I found it on the ground in my porch. It looks like AstroTurf to me. And so she says that her relationship with Mimi has changed, and they love hanging out, and they'll stay out till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow, they have a crazy girlfriends moment. So Mimi's like, she's like, there's Dr. Mimi and then there's Mimi. It's like Mimi after dark. Okay. There's also daytime Mimi. There's also like afternoon Mimi. Also Fika Mimi. When you're in Sweden, you have Fika, and that's Fika Mimi. She's crazy. She loves a coffee. Anyway, not all the ladies have seen that, but a little espresso martini, which rhymes with Mimi. Oh my God, I'm crazy. A little twerk, and we're gonna have a good time. Steve and I, God, we just love to host parties, and we just love a theme. But we haven't, since we've been down in Atlanta, we've not had a chance to do that because we're just trying to make it nice on TV. And now that we're actually full-fledged cast members, party time, Sanders extravaganza.
So she's like, okay, we don't need to all have conversations. Let's just have a good time at this party. And she's like, we don't need conversations, I don't think. Like, what type of conversations would we need? What are you talking about? She's like, have you talked to Simone? Like, please don't pretend you don't know what I mean when you're going to fight with Simone at this party.
Well, no, I have not spoken to her, but I just don't know what it is with Simone and me. It's just always something. I've apologized. I've been accountable. Like, what else can I do? Anything else from this point is just straight ass kissing, and I've never been in that business. It just doesn't pay enough.
And she's like, okay, so we don't kiss ass and we don't get in someone's face. We're going to keep it moving, all right? She's like, correct, but we will be there. So now we go to the Sanders Polo Classic.
Which,
and Mimi
notably,
and Steve are...
I would just say, notably, it's not at a polo grounds. It's just in a front lawn.
Yeah, it's a polo theme.
Well,
on natural
I would have
polo.
thought it was going to be a party at a polo grounds. Because we've seen, even the ladies at Dubai went to the polo grounds, although I guess that's not crazy because it's Dubai. But I just feel like, if you're on a Real Housewives show and you're having a polo party, it should be at polo, like at some sort of polo place, right?
Well, people have Mad Hatter's tea parties and they don't go down some damn rabbit hole.
I would expect that too.
Take acid.
Find a Warren.
It's a theme.
Find a Warren. Find a burrow.
So they even got the horse statue from the Sunland Park Mall in El Paso, Texas. Just a big white hollow horse, and it has been around the world. It's all scuffed up. Like they didn't even touch it up with paint. It's all
I noticed that.
This poor rental horse is just a mess.
No, I know they really could have. They need to apply some sort of some plaster of Paris or something.
Yeah,
a
little spray
that thing
paint.
up.
I mean, something.
What do you call it? What do you call the stuff to fill in cracks on a kitchen island?
Yeah, even just spray it down. You know what I mean? You are a party rental place. I'm not paying for this. So they have this janky horse, and she's like, oh yeah, I love the horse statue. We had to sort of bring that vibe because it's a polo party.
Yeah.
Mimi Sanders, they know us in the East.
So yeah, they're gonna do this whole thing. They've got one of those walls where people hand you drinks through the walls, which I appreciate the whimsy. It doesn't seem like I would. It doesn't really match the polo theme. But sure.
Just like polo, where you ask for drinks from a hole in the wall and then they come out. I would like to see my bartender's face. I would like to see if they've washed their hands. If they're picking their nose. Yeah.
I like the way Toya did it later in the episode, where she just basically put her head at the curtain. It was like, what tequila you got back there? So Mimi's saying that their practice is booming, and they're hiring new therapists and clinical directors and nurse practitioners. They're busy with their kids and all that. And Steve is, and she's like saying, but if you're gonna work hard, you're gonna play hard. And he's like, yeah, I mean, this is playing hard. This is where you come alive, Mimi. And she goes, yeah, because you've seen me after dark. Like, Mimi, this is twice now in like 2 minutes that you've been like Mimi after dark. I guarantee Mimi after dark is her nodding off while she's doing Wordle on the sofa.
Yeah, but her new thing, she's like, they called me boring last season, but this season it's Mimi After Dark. Okay. And he's like, yeah, I guess we describe that as a little sophistiratchet. And they're like, ah, ha, 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 ha. So Simone and Cecil are getting ready for the party and trying to find a hat to match the dress, etc. And then Toya is joining them because she's going to get ready with Simone. And she's asking what they're doing with the backyard. They're getting a new deck. Thank you. And Simone's like, well, you haven't even been here for 8 months. I guess you're just kicking it with Quad.
She's like, well, I was over here 2 months ago. She's like, well, I guess you're so busy kicking it with Quad. I'm just going to keep on repeating that you're kicking it with Quad. She was like, okay, well.
Mimi After Hours.
Well, the fact that you haven't been kicking it with Quad is beyond me. I mean, that was your friend. But from what I've been hearing, She's like, she hasn't been my friend in a long time. Haven't you been in this sisterhood?
I know, because you've been talking about her with people, talking about this girl with his ex-wife. Come on now. And she's like, I made a joke, okay?
Well, then talk to me about her. I'll keep it with me.
Like, this is Toya. For a moment, it seems like Toya is maturing.
Yeah, this is always Toya in episode 1. She's like, listen, you talk to me. We're friends. I'll keep it between us. You don't have to be messy. We're all friends here, guys. Yeah. So she says, Simone, Quad's already mad about you talking to Sweet Tea and bringing her around the group. But now you're talking about her finances too. And then we see a clip of her and Sweet Tea making some video, and Sweet Tea makes a comment about Quad not being able to pay her mortgage, and Simone's like, yeah, who is paying that mortgage? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I mean, Simone did, like, we were talking a bit about girl code on Potomac, but Simone, I mean, really kind of like welcoming Gregory back into the circle. That's a pretty rough girl code violation right there. Like, that's
all
way
those
worse.
Girls. We didn't talk about last season on this show. All those girls were terrible, bringing Gregory and the new wife back, and then constantly trying to make Quad fight with her, even though she was like, I'm not going to fight with her. I don't even know this girl. Good luck to you. And then they just kept on and kept on. And then it exploded. And Sweet Tea the whole time was like, I'm not going to fight with these old ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
Why
like,
would I?
I'm leaving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's way worse than any article about the traders in my mind. So Toya's like,
I think that going forward that we don't want to lose anybody else in this group because we want to be better sisters towards each other, right? Which is why I'm going to go after Jackie right after this.
Yeah, exactly. So Cecil's like, yeah, well, what happens if Jackie checks you? And then we see watch what happens live, where Toya is talking about Curtis being handsy and saying, well, Curtis has had his hands on a couple of people in this cast. And then we see a clip of what she's talking about where I think they were on a couples clip, and Curtis grabs Toya and sits her down on his lap.
Mm-hmm. Which always was not great.
Weird. Yeah, it was always weird. Curtis is gross. Sorry.
Like,
Curtis is gross. He's always been gross.
Toya was clearly uncomfortable with that. And, it was surprising. I didn't remember this, if it's already been on, but like, it's surprising to hear that Jackie has been like, no, you chose to sit down. Like, that's pretty
fucked up of Jackie. Yeah.
And don't forget Jackie. I mean, I love Dr. Jackie and I think she's like amazing, but she has had moments where she's not been great. I'll never forget everything that happened with Buffy. I thought Buffy was awesome. I loved Buffy. But Jackie was pretty icy to Buffy and kind of crossed some lines with her.
Yeah, totally. And her constant fat shaming of people is gross. She does it again in this episode. She pulls
Yeah.
it like a Heavenly when Heavenly first came on. She does the same thing to this new girl that she did to Heavenly. She can be pretty gross, you know. She just does it in a very classy way. So I think she
Mm-hmm.
gets away with more, but yeah, she can be just as nasty as everybody. So Toya's like, well, I didn't make the question. I just answered the question in an honest way. And Jackie could have brought the situation to me that it bothered her, but instead she brought it up to the Fab Five. Okay, well, you brought it up on national TV. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty big thing to be like, yeah, he touches everyone in the group. It's like, oh. Also, when she said she brought it to the Fab Five, I was like, wait, was Jackie on like Queer Eye? Was Jackie on Queer Eye when talking
it's the
about this?
Beatles.
Yeah. So Cecil's like, well, she wanted everybody to know that she was pissed at you. And she's like, yeah, she wanted everyone to know and she wanted them to jump in. So now Toya starts to share these text messages. She's like, well, Jackie sends me a clip from the Andy Cohen show, which I thought was so funny, the Andy Cohen show. And she's like, and she's saying Toya is calling out Jackie and says, not cool. It's like, Jackie, would never say it about your husband on a public forum. It's not my choice. It's not cool.
Yeah. And so she's like, why is it in a group text, you know? And so she said, you know, my problem with Jackie began when she accused me of sitting in her husband's lap. And so she went on her rant, I went on my rant, and nobody wanted that shit. And the quads did not, and the Heavenlies did not. And Heavenly, who's been really nice, because even I was nervous to touch on the fact, you know, what we've been reading on social media with her. Okay, so she's saying, Heavenly, yeah, I'm being nice because I'm not even bringing that stuff up, which she's bringing up on national TV
bringing
the
up-
first second she gets a chance.
She is, but even I don't know, like she's not diving head first the way normally she would. She was sort of like I think she was testing the waters to be like, are we gonna talk about this? Should we be shady about this? And basically Simone's like, nope. Because she mentions this, that there's this arrest. And she's almost saying like this guy named Damon Jr., who may or may not be related to Heavenly. We don't know. And she's also saying like, it's funny because I'm surprised that Heavenly didn't talk about Damon Jr. on her YouTube because apparently her YouTube is only meant for friends that she really doesn't like or her frenemies, and that's us.
Yeah. So wait, who are all of Heavenly's kids?
She's got Alora, and then she's got, I think there's 2 sons, or is it 3 sons?
She's got Alora and 2 sons. Mm-hmm. I don't remember the sons' names though. Is the problem?
There's Damon
I just
Jr., I
remember
forgot the
Alora
other
is like
son's
the
name.
most famous one.
The sons sort of like sort of drift in and out of the show. There was one season where they were a little bit more present than ever before, but they are pretty much.
But
stay
wasn't
out of
Damon
the
Jr.
show.
the one that was working with Heavenly and he was like interning with her to become a dental hygienist or something?
I think so. I don't really remember.
Okay.
Kid storylines
So-
I generally don't pay much attention to, unfortunately,
okay.
on any of these shows.
So, yeah, I guess it's just the way she said it because some guy named Damon Jr. was arrested might be related to Heavenly. So I guess that's what confused me. So she just didn't
Well,
know
she
it was
was-
that.
I think she was giving some wiggle room to be like if we want to lie about this, we can say it's a different Damon Jr. She's kind of like,
Oh, okay.
I feel like she's kind of
"What?"
saying like it looks like it, but I won't go too hard right now. Let's.
Oh, because when she first said it, I was like, oh, is this back to the rumor that Daddy has other children or whatever? Like Daddy got someone knocked up a long time or whatever. I
got
don't know.
the
This
sense
has
that
been
she was just
12
being-
years of this show. It's like there's so much that's gone on in this show. So, okay.
This was,
so
I
it is
think,
it's
Toya's
the
version
Damon
of being
Jr. that we know.
Yeah, I think this is Toya's version of being
Okay.
delicate. It's like a Toya delicate.
Toya. Basically a ballerina.
So she's like, that's why she should clear it up. So the first person I called was Simone, and I said, Simone, figure it out. So Simone's like, yeah, it's true. And Simone is saying she's like, she can only imagine how frustrated and heartbroken Heavenly and Damon are. And she says there's a target on black men in America, and there's no nice way to put it. And she's basically like, she basically tells Toya, look, we're raising black boys in America. We can't fuck with it. We can't touch it. She's like, we're not making this a storyline. We're not going to give this air. We're not doing this right now.
Yeah. So Cecil's like, yeah, you told Simone when you got here that you guys were going to try and do a better job with sisterhood. So don't be tit for tat with Heavenly, okay? Just because she's been a jerk, let her be wrong. Let her be. And she goes, let her be what? He goes, just let her be. She's like, let her be what? He goes, let her bring it out if she wants to. And she goes, and Simone's like, but if she never does? And he goes, okay, then you guys do it. If she doesn't do it, you guys, you know what? I'm just going to stand here and drink my fucking tequila. I don't know why I'm talking to you. I'm just going to sit here and slowly descend into my path of alcoholism that we've been watching for the past 12 years.
Yeah. So now we go over to Steve and Mimi's Polo Classic, and Jackie and Curtis show up. Then contestant Scott. Steve is wearing, I don't know if he's actually emerged yet, but he's wearing a very bright yellow suit. But he's also wearing this crazy fedora that has like this Louis Vuitton sash around it. It looks
he looks
ridiculous.
crazy.
He looks crazy.
So crazy.
Crazy. This is not what you should wear to Polo. This is not what you should wear to like anyway, like Froyo Polo, wherever you're going. It looks wild.
Listen, I love a man exploring fashion. There's no reason men shouldn't be able to as well. But good Lord, Dora, you're on the wrong road.
I know. I like Steve. He seems like a really nice guy, and he seems so happy that he's like wearing his Louis, and they call it out later that he always has got to wear his Louis, but like, sir, try to coordinate it a little bit.
Yeah. So now Contessa and Mimi are gossiping about, Simone and, the party and Simone being invited last minute. And Contessa's like, yeah, I mean, listen, but if you invite somebody the same day, you really don't want them there. I mean, duh. So then Toya arrives, and Brandy and her guy, Shamar, who's not dressed at all. Like, we go from the guy in all Louis, like doing too much, to this guy who's just like, I'm just going to wear jeans.
Yeah. And everyone's saying hi and hello and everything. And Brandy and Shamar, they meet the group. And Toya's saying she's like, yeah, Brandy is like a boss. She's a girl boss. She has a medical spa. Yeah. And so we see that she's like, that's what she does. She's like, hey, does Botox and stuff like that. And then Toya's like, where's the other half? And Jackie's like, who? Heavenly. Oh, I thought you were looking for Curtis. No, you can't miss Curtis because he's super tall and his hand is usually under your butt. Am I right, everyone? Am I right? High five.
Well, we got a text from Heavenly saying she couldn't make it, and she didn't really add. But I know she's about to run for Vice President of the United States of America, so she's starting her campaign early.
Actually, isn't Heavenly running for some sort of local office?
Yeah, like mayor or something.
That's probably why she's also stepped away from this, because she knew she'd probably be messy and be like, you're mama. And they're like, oh, okay, can't do that if you're running for mayor. You're mayor.
Yeah, she's in the general election for U.S. House Georgia District 13. November 3rd, 2026. Get your voting ready, people. Get your votes ready to go.
I would love to see Heavenly in Congress. She would be
Me
calling everyone yo mama. She would be yo mama-ing everyone. She would be hilarious.
She would be so good. We need a new entertaining congressperson. Come on, man.
We really
I want to move to Georgia just so I can vote.
I know. Oh, I just want her to yo mama the right people, of course. I'm hoping that we're I actually don't know if we're politically aligned. Heavenly sometimes hews a bit conservative, so I don't know if we're politically aligned, but if we are, I'm all for it, baby.
Yeah, even if not, at this point I don't even care. Just entertain me, because it's so depressing. Like, it's so depressing, I just want to laugh,
I know.
So Toria's like, well, I don't think Jackie's telling the truth right now. She can't possibly be, because the only thing that I think keeping Heavenly away from this group is Damon. And that would be the only reason, her son, because she hasn't missed a group function in over 12 years, which is crazy that Heavenly makes every single function. I love that.
That is pretty impressive. So Toya's like, well, the only person not coming is Heavenly. She said Heavenly told us it's none of our business, because Jackie said, well, actually, Heavenly said it's none of her business, so I didn't ask her. And Mimi's like, well, I asked her, and she said we'll talk about it, so I have to have respect for that, and I will. I mean, that. Let's look. If it had been After Dark Mimi who had called, or Mimi After Dark, I should say, maybe I would have asked, but it was just regular Mimi, so I couldn't ask.
That was the Mimi on the phone version that she was talking to. So that's what she got. So Toya is like, well, is Curtis mad at me? He did speak. I mean,
Toya.
and Jackie's like, maybe it's because Toya has said that he's touched several of us.
Like Toya. Like Toya, you go on TV and you say the guy has touched several of the people like on the cast, and then you're like, oh, is he mad at me? I'm not.
Yeah.
It doesn't negate what Toya is saying or what her truth is, but it is funny that she's like, oh, well, why would he be mad?
What's he mad about? And so Jackie's like, well, I was mad. And she says, why? Well, because it painted Curtis in a light that's not representative of who he is. Today. Tori goes, today.
Jackie's like, yeah, even if the, Jackie is so sick of having to film with Toya's stupid ass for 12 years. Jackie is this very like smart, accomplished woman who has to sit here and deal with Toya every year. And, she's just like, it wasn't that long ago that I was FaceTiming with the vice president of the United States. And now I'm having to talk with Toya.
And so then Jackie's like, well, it was the several of us that got me. Okay. And she goes, well, but why would I do that? And she's like, we were already going through a situation, Toya. And so that's when Curtis was spotted with the mystery woman and we were about to divorce. And Tori's like, yeah, they were sleeping in separate beds. And Mimi's like, okay, so you were going through a situation with your man. Okay. You guys are getting Mimi in the backyard now. So feel free to tell me anything.
Backyard Mimi.
Toya's like, well, I would like my friend to say, hey, friend, I'm sorry that I said you sat in my husband's lap.
And Jackie's like, no, I can't agree with that. So
Jackie, you're wrong, though. I mean,
Jackie,
we see the
wrong.
clip again, and it's clearly him grabbing her and pulling her into his lap. So stop it.
It really is. Yeah, like, stop that. Toya's right on this one.
Yeah.
So
she's like, Jackie has lied to herself and say that I sat in her husband's lap. Maybe that's her way of dealing with the fact that her husband put his hands on yet another woman.
So Jackie's like, well, if what happened and you feel awkward, I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Bad answer, Jackie. Bad answer. I mean, Jackie, you've already said, like, your husband's a pig. He slept around with other people, and I'm still going to give him a chance. So why can't you say, my husband was a pig, and he acted terribly with you. I'm really sorry. He's working on it, or whatever. Like, why would you do this? Like, it's just idiotic. It doesn't make any sense. There's evidence on television, ma'am. And so Tori goes, are you trying to table the discussion? It's like, no, she's actually... I will say for Jackie's defense, she's actually standing there talking about it, which is kind of rare for Jackie because a lot of times Jackie will walk away and be like, I'm above this. I'm above it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Angel arrives with Quad and King, and Simone's like, oh, look at Quad. She's making a grand entrance. Very beautiful. Let me mosey over there. I actually feel like Quad's just arriving like anyone else is at the party because they're all in costume. Or maybe not costume, but they're all in like thematic outfits for this polo party that's not at a polo grounds.
Well, she's not entering abnormally for Quad. I mean, that's just Quad, She's just one of those people. She walks in and she's like, hello, baby. How you doing, baby? It's like, it's just really Quad. Jill, Miss Daffodil. Has it, honey?
Has it? So good.
So Simone, also Simone could just be less miserable she starts off so negative. Like, let it simmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let it build up through the whole season. But
or like, if you want to win the fight, then like, don't do that. Like, let Quad do that for you. Like, cause Quad's a diva and Simone is pressed at all times. And so
Simone,
it's like,
I'm sorry.
It's like, if Simone is chill, Quad will eventually do something. She'll show up extraordinarily late to something. She'll piss off someone and Simone will win. But when Simone's coming in hot and Quad just like, I'm fine. Like, hey, I know I moved on. Simone's the one who looks like the asshole in this situation.
Well, she's also like a villain who's been foiled, like, oh, that moose, because she really tried it. She really tried it with Quad. She got Quad off the show. Then Quad returns to the show. Then she gets, and by the way, I know that she's not casting. I guess I should say supports Dr. Gregory and Sweet Tea and does that whole thing, and then tries to get Quad off the show again. They kick her off that trip, that wine trip or whatever.
Yes.
She's constantly trying, and Quad keeps coming back happier and happier, and apparently richer and richer, because Quad's now in this huge house for the past couple of years. She's got this hot boyfriend for the past couple of years, and Simone's just losing. She keeps losing, and it's like, you need to just pull yourself together and move past it and try again and let it build up. But don't just sit in the misery of losing. You look like a bad loser.
Well, the other thing is that like Quad ultimately remains the fan favorite. She is ultimately the biggest star from the show, I believe. I think that Jackie is maybe the most successful to come out of the show, but Quad, I think, is like the most quote unquote iconic of everyone. And like there have been times in the past where Quad has driven me nuts because she does sometimes act like she's bigger than the show. And she does sort of, you do feel like she's not really throwing herself into the show the way others have. But I think that she's sort of moved past that. I think Quad is kind of like, I feel like she's sort of not, I'm not gonna say she's post diva, but it seems like she's like, this is like, I know what I've got to do to be on the show. I know my role. I know my responsibilities. And she's now like, kind of like, she's like in it. I feel like like really in it. And so I understand the frustrations with Quad, but it's time to move on. It's really time.
Yeah, so Simone goes over there and she's got a personal fan on her, and she's like, well, Quad, I'm hot. She goes, you're hot? Why are you hot, baby? And she's like, well, I am. I'm hot. I have a fan. Well, happy birthday, Quad. And she's like, well, thank you. So she tells us Simone will get real close, almost in kissing distance. But because we're not there right now, we're not going to kiss. But best thing I can hope is she keeps her cool, because we all know Simone is a hothead.
So they're still having this
stupid
like,
jokes.
I know. Quad's like, so are you hot? Are you still hot? And so then she like puts a fan in her face and she goes, that's Beyonce air conditioning. Okay. And then Mimi's like, okay, everyone, go play some chess because we play chess figuratively all the time. Sorry. That's Bobby Fischer, Mimi, for you guys. Play some chess.
You just got a little Queen's Gambit, Mimi. So Toya is looking behind the drink curtain already. She's like sticking her head through the hole. She's like, excuse me, how am I supposed to know what's in my drink? Can I have some roses and some lime? And I don't know, what's the tequila looking like? Give me some tequila. What tequila you got back there?
So Brandy's saying hi. She's like, nice to meet you, everyone, everything. And Simone is like, Brandy used to work at the North Side. Do you realize that, Jackie? And she's saying that she worked in intervention radiology. And Jackie goes, is your thyroid enlarged? I don't know. Maybe she's like,
oh my God, Jackie, Jesus Christ. She goes, yeah, maybe she didn't know it. And Brandy goes, mm-hmm. And she goes, well, I just can't stop staring at it. She's like, okay, we're good. We're good.
Thanks.
We're good,
Brandy's
lady.
like, yeah, Toya did say that sometimes Jackie will, give a little subtle shade. I was like, I don't think that was subtle at all. That was thyroid shade. We haven't seen.
Yeah,
thyroid
Jackie
shade.
really is an asshole about the stuff like that. Oh my God. One thing I really hope, like if there is such a thing as karma, I just hope somehow Jackie gets overweight. I don't know what would do it. But like if I was living close to Jackie and I had like the invisibility cloak, I would sneak in there and put an IV in her at night and just fill it with mayonnaise and just get Jackie chunky, because I'm so sick of Jackie's fat shaming bullshit. I'm sick of it.
So then Toya goes up to Simone. She goes,
Simone, can I give you some advice? So me and Quad went years and years and years angry, and I don't want that to be you guys.
and we see there's a montage in here that shows them fighting for the whole show. Quad and Simone. Quad and Toya. Their last such fight was 2023. I'm like, that was like 18 months ago. Like, you do not have enough like peacetime under your belt to act like you have like suddenly moved on and are better with Quad. I'm sorry. No, Toya, you cannot act like you have the hindsight here and the wisdom. You guys will be fighting by the end of week 3, I'm sure.
Yeah, so she's like, well, we'll never get back to where it was. And then Quad is saying to Angel, she's like, well, I mean, I've done all that I can do. And if she wants to bridge the gap and have a real relationship, then I'll be all for that. So then now they're looking for Mimi. and Mimi's with her clique, Simone says. And Toria's like, oh, Bibi, you're with your clique, I heard. And she's like, my clique? See, I told you. Listen, I don't have a clique. I just have people that I like and people that I get along with and people that are great. And, you know, it's I don't know.
Mimi at the Mimi. This is, well, it's not really after hours Mimi. It's not really a morning Mimi. This is just like open. This is office hours Mimi, where anyone can come in. Okay, this no clicks here.
So Simone goes, okay, because now all the ladies are gathered. And she's like, can I take an honest vote from every lady here? Show of hands, who would have come to a birthday party by invitation 2 hours before?
Oh, Simone, why are you bringing this up? It's like it wasn't even discussed, you know? So Quad's like, well, I wouldn't have. But here's the thing. I hadn't heard from you in a while, and last time I heard anything, you were wondering how I was going to pay my mortgage. You were quite concerned.
Well, it was a joke. We drag each other in this sisterhood. We drag each other.
Who's dragging? Where's the dragging? She goes, oh, so I'm the traitor. And Quad goes, oh, yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
If one can drag, we all should be able to drag.
She's like, I'm not mad. I'm ready for the drag right now if you're interested. And Mimi's like, wait a second. Drag Mimi is not here just yet. Can we wait 5 minutes, okay? It's still afternoon Mimi.
Please, not at the Sanders Polo Classic. Which I thought was funny. And Simone's like, cool me off first. Cool me off. I'm ready. And Jackie's like, girl, get over here. Get back to your playground. Get on the playground.
Stop this. So then now it's time for the guys to duck. So King is like, hey, Cecil, we missed you this week at the party. And Cecil's like, I know, but, you know, women, am I right? They're fighting.
Yeah, they're always fighting. I'm sick of this. And King goes, yeah, and we're tired of hearing of it. It's just petty. And he's like, yeah, and I get burned because she says I'm taking up for Quad. So then we go back to the ladies, and Simone's like, I do not like the way you called my name, Toya. She goes, you guys, could you fix this? Because you're still angry and you're still hurt. And those two things, Quad, I am not angry. So she does her sisterhood thing where she goes right up to her. And she's like, I don't know. I'm not angry. Listen, Quad, I had an angry outburst with you. And I think we were both angry, and I stayed in bed 2 days after that. I don't want to fight. I don't want to. And I feel like she needs the time and the space. Like Simone has done an entire season of Simone in one episode, you know?
I know, she really has. So Quad's like, okay, sure.
Toya's like, well, how much time do you need? She's like, I am not on Toya's timetable.
But it ends seemingly on like a nice moment of like, look, we're both hurt. We just need some time. And then they intercut this with them fighting for the rest of the season. So it looks like, nothing is healed. And they're fighting again. And we see a preview for the season to come, and they'll be fighting. And then they're like, my favorite part was when they go, we're going to Jamaica. I'm like, oh my God. You guys, I don't know. They go to different islands, but they act like so surprised, like, "Oh my God, we're going to Jamaica. Can we send them somewhere else? Can we? What about Brazil?
Not an island. You're like, can we send them to a city for these? Can we please send them to a big city building for these husband and wife discussions?
Oh, it's always the Caribbean. I mean, not that
doesn't it show that where Cecil is at the, what do they call those, the husband and wife retreat things, where Cecil's like, we don't like pretending that couples are perfect. It's like, oh God, here we go again.
You gotta sit in the sand and get into an argument.
Yeah. Oh, fun times.
It was a really good episode. Thanks everyone for listening and being here. Be sure to join us for our live content later today. It starts at 4:00 on the West Coast. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.